Bro, let's do a little tech section here. You sent me a video of some sort of crazy drop during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Rane's coming out with something, man. Like,
Yeah.
what are we?
I don't know the
how
details.
Are we feeling?
Everyone's talking about it. I know Nick Spinelli. I'm going to keep talking about Nick, but he's always the first one to hop on.
I don't know how he gets all this info. So
people
fast.
send him stuff, and then he just goes live.
I know.
And so
he has an advantage.
It was this very low resolution Instagram video of a DJ playing at the Super Bowl, but it was like a pre-party or maybe an after party.
Skins on and everything. I could tell.
And you see this Rane controller with 4 channels and motorized platters, which is kind of crazy.
It's crazy, man.
And then there was a second video. Actually, Mojaxx did too, where Super Bowl released these big wide photos of the stage that Usher was on, and you could zoom in. It was like pretty high resolution camera, and over by like these drums in the corner, you saw that same Rane kind of controller that the DJ was using in that performance. And then I think people did a little bit of sleuthing and they found out who the DJ was, went to his story, and there's a story of him like on the stage. I don't know I think it might have been after the performance, and he kind of scans his camera and gives you like a full view.
Yeah, because he's like, Rane, we out here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, dude, who is this insider?
I don't know.
No one knows about.
Yeah, he might be.
And I forgive me if I don't know.
Official Usher DJ or something.
I mean, maybe.
But I think him and his brother programmed that whole performance for the Super Bowl. Like that's what his story said.
Dang.
And so he somehow got access to this new Rane. Maybe he's a Rane fanboy, you know. But
Rane,
it's a 4-channel motorized platter controller, and it's got the name Performer on it, which is different.
And you were telling me that, like, you know, you can program fader 1, fader 2 to be like stem activated.
Yeah. I think that might be a feature that they released previously.
Okay. But on their Rane 4. Yeah. I think you're right.
The advantage of having those 4 channels, most DJs aren't going to be playing 4 songs at one time, but you can use 2 faders to control channel 1 basically. And 1 fader controls the vocal, 1 fader controls the instrumental part.
Yeah.
So instead of messing with pads and different, you know, hot cue, those things, and going into stems, you just throw a fader down and it's just the vocals. Like it's super quick, and you can just leave it like that. I guess I've never used it, but I'm assuming.
Well, man, I hope that in the next couple of months, Rane comes out with that like full force, because there are some things that I started on a Rane 1 when I went kind of motorized platters that I love about it. I wish it had built-in effects, or I'd still be using it, to be honest with you. Because I switched to Rev 7 just for that simple thing, that during the events that we do, it's just onboard effects are just everything. Like I slept on that, and you helped me see the light. But I just don't, it doesn't feel as real to me as the Rane 1. And I know Rane is just, you know, they're the industry standard when it comes to.
Rane has always been known for building beefy tank, you know, quality equipment, like full metal, everything. And I think it's great. I used Rane mixers when I started. I had like a TTM 56, TTM 57. That was the first Rane mixer that had Serato. It was Scratch Live built into it, so you could just plug USB straight in. That was a phenomenal mixer that every DJ used for years and years.
Yeah.
And then when the S9 came out, that was the first mixer that DJs flipped out, because it had those big rubber hot cue
pads on it. Yeah.
So everybody went Pioneer. Rane kind of got left. They tried to do some other like 62 mixer that had bigger squares, but it was not like even
it wasn't
close.
S9, S11. Yeah.
And so then when they released like the Rane 1, that had the bigger pads, and they kind of stepped it up. And then Pioneer answered with the Rev 7 and all that.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I'm big on technology, but I'm just hopeful for Rane to come through and I like Pioneer. We have a lot of Pioneer gear, but
Yeah.
All in all, it'd just be awesome.
Yeah.
To see them to battle it out. I feel like they'll just keep leveling DJs up, which is super cool. I love that, but
Yep.
it's like anything, everything it just, the evolution and the technology, it's hard to keep up these days. It's like,
Yeah.
dang, man, like what when you learn one thing, some other cat comes out with something else and you're just like, dang, man, I just perfected this thing. And now, like, what has you excited about like DJ technology right now?
One thing that I'll give props to Pioneer for is that new turntable that they put out, the Cross
I was gonna
12.
see like what your thoughts were on that.
I haven't used one, but I'm currently using like a Technique turntable with phase, which is the little Bluetooth remote that you put on the record. And that has been good. Sometimes it just quits on me.
Yeah.
And I have to unplug the USB from the hub and plug it back in. And it takes like 20 seconds. And if I'm in the middle of doing something, like, it's not cool.
No.
And it irritates me. But that new Pioneer turntable, they've developed some magnetic clip that goes on top and kind of clamps the record down, and it senses where the record's playing, and you can scratch and do everything, and it sends it to your laptop. I don't know how it works. It's like magic, alien stuff.
It is like alien stuff.
Those are expensive turntables, and that's why I don't want to pull the trigger on it yet. I'm going to stick with my techniques and let the phase figure it out.